The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Tama is drawing away, and Tama with Mike Smith, they win the Parx Pennsylvania Derby.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
Il Miracolo now in command.
Let's Go Racing is proudly brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing on NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi. On today's show, Parx horses vie for points in the Kentucky Derby starting gate with 4 Philly hopefuls taking on New York in the Wood Memorial. 2-year-old champ Fierceness wants redemption in the Florida Derby, and our beloved Smarty Jones still brings fans as we head out to visit him in Equistar. All these stories and more, but the big story is the Wood Memorial up at Aqueduct.
No question, Danny. 4 Parx horses today in the Wood Memorial, the final Eastern prep for the Kentucky Derby. And I mean, these are 4 pretty good horses. Uncle Heavy, we know all about him. Deposition, Uriah St. Louis, Lonesome Boy, Evening News. People know a little less about them. Let's go through them one by one. Uncle Heavy, you know that barn really well. What do you see?
Yeah, he's been working unbelievable. I know everybody says that, but this horse is just coming into peak form. He had a little break since his Withers win. I think that helped him. I think that gave him time to relax, mature. He's bigger and stronger, and I expect a huge performance from him.
Yeah, I know the Reed clan is going en masse to Aqueduct today. They'll all be up there for Uncle Heavy, and he obviously is the horse with the best chance. Probably needs to finish in the top 3 to get enough Derby points. Third, it'd be close. Second, he'd be a lock, and I know they'd love to be in the Derby. And Deposition for Uriah St. Louis. Dan, I thought ran really well in the Withers. Last time Gotham, maybe a little too short, longer, better.
Yeah, nice son of Constitution. Distance definitely in his pedigree. Never count out Uriah in these big races.
Yeah, and Lonesome Boy, we saw him win here on the 5th of March in the City of Brotherly Love for Hugo Padilla. One big step up in class this time.
Yeah, they want to give the horse the chance. This owner's never had this caliber of horses. He's really excited. Adam Bowman has been aboard for all this horses, races, works. He knows the horse, and they're going up there, and they're pretty hopeful.
Yeah, and finally, Evening News for Mike Pino, who's won more than 2,000 races. This is a son of Derby winner Nyquist, was dazzling in an allowance win at Turfway Park, off the Tapeta, onto the main track of the Wood.
I think an interesting claim, $50,000 claimed by Mike Pino at Turfway Park. They keep jockey Lewin Machado on. That jockey rode next. We saw him win big here in one of those marathon races, and a $300,000 yearling purchase. Could be an interesting horse.
The Wood Memorial favorite's likely to be Deterministic, the Gotham winner for Christophe Clement, Joel Rosario. And a new shooter here, Tuscan Sky for Todd Pletcher, could not have been any more impressive, winning an optional claimer at the fairgrounds. Yeah, we'll see. So 4 Parx horses. We got a chance to catch up with all of the trainers to talk about their horses in the Wood Memorial today. Here with Mike Pino. Mike, Evening News, you haven't had him that long. What is it about him that you think you're going to try the Wood Memorial with him?
Well, he's just being around him. He has a presence of a good horse. You know, he's been around a lot of horses. He has that presence. And the way he won his last start, you know, I'm going to take a chance like everybody else is. You know, basically it.
Now, you're going to get your good friend, the Reeds. Mark and Barbara Reed obviously bred Uncle Heavy. Are you prepared to go against your good buddy like that?
Well, he's definitely got a nice horse. But, you know, we're taking a shot. I mean, he's coming off poly to dirt. But, you know, you got a 3-year-old with talent, and it's just the time of year to take a shot.
He's doing amazing right now. He's training like the best he's ever done. Handle every surface that he's been put in front of him. We feel like he deserves a shot. The owner is excited. He deserves a shot. He feels like this is an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, who knows when he's going to have another shot to compete on that race. We feel pretty good about him.
This is a points race. We're trying to get to the Kentucky Derby. I think he has a shot. Back in May when we first brought him, you know, he's always showed the ability and the potential to get there. All these constitutions, that's his sire. They usually go the distance, you know, so we're looking at it. We're looking forward to it.
We got everything on schedule. We got the breezes in, which is something that can be a little dodgy with the weather here in late winter and early spring. But we got them in, and he had a couple of good, strong 5/8 and came back with a nice, easy half a mile the other day. So we're feeling good with where we are.
but you've won Grade 1s, you won a couple Breeders' Cup races, had a champion in VQuist. This is a different world now. If you get in the money or do, you got a chance to be in the Derby. What's it like?
No, it's something that a trainer thinks about her whole life. I've never even seen the Derby live, so it'll be. I always said I didn't want to go till I was in it, and I'm only going if I got a shot. So hopefully it all works out, and things are going as planned so far, and we're looking forward to a big week here.
Potential big day for the Reed Barn. You got Carmelina running. Also, tell us about her. I know she's had a really good start to her 3-year-old season. Absolutely,
yeah. She's been a pleasant surprise. She's not the biggest filly we've ever seen, but she's a solid filly, and she is all heart. She tries every time, and even first time going a mile, she really tried that filly who was probably second choice in the Oaks right now, but we were gone, and then we decided to come back and give her a shot going a mile and an eighth. Probably the max she wants to go distance-wise, but we're going to give it a try. She's training great and coming up to it real well.
And speaking of good 3-year-olds, I mean, you've had good 3-year-olds. I don't know if you ever had 3 this good in 1 year. Maximus Meridius will be in a base shore today at Aqueduct. Also, tell us how he's doing.
He's doing great. It's been a little bit of embarrassment of riches this year with the young horses, but, it's about having the right owners and the right guys going to the sales. And these are a lot of them homebreds down at my brother's place. So all 3 of them Pennsylvania breds, and Maximus is just doing fantastic. He's another horse who's a little keyed up, so we had to go in easy with him coming out of last one. He's only had one little breeze the other day, but he did it very well, and I'd like to turn back in distance a little bit. I'm just hoping for a little bit better draw than we got the last time where we were stuck down on the inside, but we'll wait and see how that comes out.
Could be a huge day for the Reed Barn. I know they're going up there in full force, and I have a Wood Memorial fact for you.
Yeah.
All winners came from off the pacer closing. Since 2005, Bellamy Road was the last horse to go gate to wire.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago. That's a serious number. That's interesting. We'll see what happens today.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll favor one of our filly horses' running style. Let's get to some local racing here at Parx. We're going to take a look at Parx picks, and maybe I won you some money, maybe DJ won you some money. We're taking a look at Monday's 9th race. This is for the girls, a Pennsylvania bred allowance race, 6 furlongs, $41,000 is the purse they're running for, 6 furlongs is the distance. And our favorite is Moon Boots. I love the name.
Yeah, at 6-5, looks like possible lone speed in the race. I think that's why the horse is getting back.
And Dewey Do It, second choice for trainer John Service.
Yeah, my pick, win number 2,000 for Mr. Service over the summer.
Let's see how the PA bred girls do. Here's the call of Monday's 9th race.
Moon Boots up to snatch the lead from Dewey Do It. Those two in a battle as they make their way down the backstretch. Dewey Do It and Moon Boots, neither filly giving an inch. Tracking in third, and the white blinker is the Goddess of Snakes. Then it's Sugar Smile in on the rail. Filtered Light fifth, and Twist Her. She is at the back, but she's beginning to gain. The opening quarter, 22-2. Moon Boots and Dewey Do It. These two continue to battle on the front end. On the inside, Moon Boots. On the outside, Dewey Do It. These two in a race of their own for now. All the while, the Goddess of Snakes holding her position in third and inching a bit closer. In fourth, Sugar Smile, Twist Her. And at the back, Filtered Light. As they make their way through the turn, the half, 46-2. Moon Boots on the outside, Dewey Do It finding a bit more. Moon Boots all out to her outside. The Goddess of Snakes continuing to make up ground down the center of the track. Dewey Do It has put away Moon Boots. Now she has to brace for the challenge of the Goddess of Snakes. Twist Her getting in gear late at 16th left to go. Dewey Do It.
A good 1-2 finish for Dick and I. Dewey Do It gets the win, but the Goddess of Snakes, big improvement there. They shortened her up, and she made a really good run for a second.
Yeah, hopefully people caught the exacta, Danny, without the favorite. It actually ended up running last.
Hopefully we made you guys some money. Well, we're going to head to our first break, but we have a lot more races coming up. Kentucky Derby prep races in Florida and out at Oaklawn, all coming up after this break.
They have the favorite to catch. It's Fierceness to the far turn on top by a length and a half.
What's going on, guys? Chris Griffin here with Let's Go Racing and the PTHA, and today we're talking about jockeys. Well, we've teamed up with OG Handicappers, and today we're talking about the top 5 of all time. And this is just a random person, a random list, an OG, if you will. These are their top 5 jockeys of all time. Do you agree? Disagree? Subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to visit oghandicappers.com for all of your apparel needs.
This is Parx. This is how you roll. This is how it goes. This is how you pop. This is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you win. This is how you excite. This is how you all night. 360 hit me. Now we're going all in. I can feel it calling. The crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. A big day in the horse racing world. We're going to get to our national races. Heading down to Florida, it's the $1 million Grade 1 Florida Derby. 3-year-olds, a mile and 1/8, and Fierceness, our 2-year-old champ, is our post-time favorite.
Yeah, he's even money, Danny, off a really disappointing debut in 2024 in the Holy Bull. When this horse runs, he runs huge. Everybody had a question, what's going to happen if something goes wrong? Can Fierceness overcome trouble? Or maybe he didn't have it.
He needs to get out of the gate, that's for sure. Conquest Warrior is our second choice. Shug McGahee is the trainer.
Yeah, powerhouse optional claiming win after an amazing maiden win back in January at Gulfstream. Hasn't run any numbers yet, but I think there's a lot of promise.
We'll see what happens. Here's track announcer Pete Aiello with the call of the Grade 1 Florida Derby.
Fierceness will land the front in the run to the opening quarter. In between horses, Ladombro out 3 wide is Catalytic, and Grandmo the first is at the rail. They're followed by Real Macho, who races outside of Hades. Hades is about 3.5 lengths off the speed ahead of Iris's Dream. Covered up between horses is Conquest Warrior, and the early trailer is Frankie's Empire. The opening quarter just 24 seconds flat. Fierceness on his A game so far. He's a length in front over Catalytic, a wide second. In between horses, Ladombro, Grandmo the first is at the rail. Real Macho works out in the center, racing in front of Hades. Then Iris's Dream and Conquest Warrior still at the back, but in the clear is Frankie's Empire. They went to half in 47-2. They have the favorite to catch. It's Fierceness to the far turn on top by 1.5 lengths. Working harder is Catalytic. At the rail, Grandmo the first. Ladombro has to quicken, but he's not. At the rail, it's Conquest Warrior trying to launch his bid. Frankie's Empire is wide on the course, but Johnny V still sitting pretty on Fierceness, who tries to sneak away. 3/4, 1:11-1. They run to the 5/16, and Fierceness, he is getting away. He's now 4 in front. Catalytic is second. Grandmo the first is third. On the outside, Frankie's Empire, Conquest Warrior at the rail, but they all have too much to do. Fierceness is putting on a show in Hallandale today.
And the real Fierceness showed up, just one in command. He broke, and it was just a powerful win from there.
13.5 lengths, largest margin in the history of the race, Danny. 110 buyer speed figure. That's a number that would have won the Derby every year for like the last 20 years. The question is, what happens when he goes to Kentucky if he doesn't break? If he's like 6 coming out of the first turn, it's kind of a scary proposition because he's going to go favored. But if he gets out there loose in the lead or close to it, ain't going to beat him.
Yeah, you would think if those horses are that fast, they can overcome. But some of them throw in the towel if they don't get it that way. They get intimidated. Johnny V said, this horse can't be fooling me. He's so incredible in the morning. And he showed up today. We'll see what happens moving forward.
His works prior to the Holy Bull were awesome. His works prior to the Florida Derby were even better. So you knew he had it in him. I mean, he's had buyer figures of 95, 105, and 110. There's nobody else that can touch that. If he runs his race, they're all running for second.
Oh, we'll see what happens. Todd was actually sweating that break, he said, so he had to be happy. Well, let's head on down to Oaklawn. It's the $1.5 million Grade 1 Arkansas Derby, a mile and 1/8. This is also for 3-year-olds trying to get in the Kentucky Derby starting gate. Timberlake, our favorite.
Yeah, Brad Cox, Flavian Pratt, won the Rebel, won the Champagne, was pretty good fourth in a Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
And Muth is our second choice favorite, but he is not running for Kentucky Derby points.
He is not. $2 million, 2-year-old. This is a very talented horse. Won the San Vicente, was second in the Breeders' Cup, won the American Pharoah, but as you said, it's Bob Baffert who's still not allowed to run horses in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, good field. And new track announcer for Oaklawn, Matt Dinnerman. Here is the call of the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby.
Around the far turn, there goes Muth to challenge Timberlake, and the race is on now. Muth on the outside, strides level. Timberlake back in second as Muth takes command. Muth and Juan Hernandez have a 1/4 mile more to get, and Hernandez gives them the cue to go, and Muth off the turn, still in front. Timberlake second, Jess Steele third, then Mystic Dan, who tries to rally on. Furlong to go. It's Muth. Jess Steele running huge in second. Timberlake third. Muth with a 16th to go. He's opened up by 3, and it's Muth coming down the stretch in Hot Springs to win it.
Muth with the win. Did we just see our Preakness winner?
I got to think so. I mean, he's going to be dangerous and be interesting. If for some reason Todd wins the Derby with Fierceness, Todd doesn't do so well with Derby winners at Pimlico. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but yeah, Muth will be in the Preakness for sure.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. My early Kentucky Derby horse is Just Steele. Loved him from...
ran second in the Arkansas Derby, ran away with P. Wayne.
I like that Keith Asmussen, son of Steve, is riding him.
Very good.
Could we see maybe a future budding jockey star
He's
here?
good. You can see the talent.
Well, this past week, Penn State University Equine Club took a field trip to visit Penn National and Equistar Farm to see the great Smarty Jones. Our very own Bruce Casella has more.
So I left home when I was 14 and just for a better life, and taught everybody the American dream. Ta-da! Here we are.
Racetracks like Parx and Penn National are always in need of new blood. Last week, Penn State students had eyes wide open as they got a behind-the-scenes look at the business of thoroughbred racing.
Thoroughbred racing is a great industry, and I wish more people were able to have, the behind-the-scenes views of it. And I think tours like today, bringing the students out. Obviously, we're here at Penn National. We do the same thing at Parx Racetrack, whether it's the breeders, the owners, the jockeys, the trainers, the farmers throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It really is, it's not a career, it's more of a lifestyle. It's one that I'm very proud and lucky to be a part of.
Pennsylvania trainers and jockeys, as well as racing executives, walk them through what it takes to be part of the sport. After all, some of these students may be trainers, racing officials, and equine veterinarians someday.
So much value in teaching young people kind of our place within our communities and our state and the jobs we provide and how that ripples out and actually contributes to our economy, which is a really good thing.
As a state university, they have an agricultural program. Agriculture is the biggest industry within the Commonwealth, and without the horse racing piece of that, that industry would shrink.
After spending the morning at the track, it was off to the home of Smarty Jones, an Equistar training and breeding facility. As you would imagine, the star of the show was Smarty.
Did more for Pennsylvania racing than any horse ever did before. Smarty's amazing. I mean, what can we say about Smarty Jones that people don't already know? I mean, we have people come here every year, all throughout the year, and we've had people walk up to his stall and just start crying. They're so emotional that they get to share and be in his presence. And he's the dream.
Smarty Jones is a really influential stallion. It's really cool to see him just because he contributed so much to the history of Pennsylvania racing and what it's become today.
Seeing Smarty Jones is absolutely amazing, seeing such a prolific racehorse who won the Kentucky Derby and then be able to see some of his foals after. It was a really great experience to be able to understand.
You never stop learning in this business because when you think you've seen it all, something else will happen. Trust me. It's a great game, but it's a tough game.
The students spent some time learning about stallions like Smarty and Brody's Cause, topics from breeding to nurse mares, from professionals such as Dr. Nicole Smith.
We'll be actually looking down on the embryo that way. Scan back over. There's our baby again.
This is one of the most important jobs that I have, is bringing awareness to the next generation of horsewomen and horsemen that our industry is here. We need bodies helping us at the racetrack. We need them at the farms. We need veterinarians. We need people across the board. We also need communications people. We hire accountants at the tracks. We need bookkeepers. So we, as an industry, offer a plethora of jobs.
Seeing like the behind the scenes of the trainers, the jockeys, groomsmen, the facilities. It just was really interesting today.
I can teach in the classroom all day long. They can see our horses on our facilities, but to actually get out here and to get to see some of the industry, get to see some of the people that are working in the industry. And for me as a teacher, it's great to see the students get to see some of the different employment opportunities that they are.
It was a day these students from Penn State will never forget. A chance for the industry here in Pennsylvania to give back and perhaps change some lives. In Annville, Pennsylvania, Bruce Casella for Let's Go Racing.
It is so cool to see Smarty Jones out rocking and rolling. He looks awesome for 23. He could probably come back and get right on the racetrack.
I make him 8-5 in the Derby this year if he can still run. I love to see him rolling around, just loving life out there with our good buddy Rodney Eckenrode at Equistar.
He's living large. Well, we're going to head to another break, but don't go anywhere. We have Jockey and Trainer of the Week, and we're going to head to Dubai, all coming up.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
When you open the Parx app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Parx.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, it's time for a little Turning for Home family photo to share with you guys. This is Jenny with Boom Boom Girl, Start with a Bang, and Misbehaving Lady. She has 3 Turning for Home horses. They all really enjoy their time together, but Start with a Bang really is bonded with Jenny's son.
You can tell.
Our Jockey of the Week, congratulations, Gabriel Ramos. He had a slow start the year, but he is picking up some steam and quite a few winners. He was second with the Goddess of Snakes.
Oh, there you go. You were all over that one.
Congratulations to our Turn of the Week, Carlos Soto. He had 2 wins this week, really starting to kick him off. Again, slow start to the year, but it's just April. These guys are getting rolling now.
Long way to go. We're only 3 months in.
Let's get to best of the rest, and we're going out to Dubai for the big $12 million Dubai World Cup in mile and a quarter.
The big names were Senior, Buscador, Dermasodagake, Ushbek de Soro, but look at Laurel River. He is just, I mean, this is amazing. I love this horse 2 years ago in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile for Bob Baffert. Vet scratched the day before the race, disappeared for over a year. Well, he just reappeared, runs right out the TV set. Laurel River just crushed him in the World Cup.
Yeah, big win for the home team. They had to be so excited. We're going to stick with Dubai. This is the UAE Derby. Kentucky Derby points on the lines for 3-year-olds running a mile and 3/16. $1 million purse, another really important race. And Japan just unleashed a monster.
Yeah, Forever Young, the 5 horse is going to come on the outside here. It's unbeaten in 4 races, coming in, make it unbeaten in 5, Danny. I don't think this field was much. I'm not sure this horse is as good as the horse at Dermasodagake that came last year. But Japan 5 for 5, and he'll be in the Derby starting gate. Can't wait to see Forever Young, the Japanese bred.
We will see Japan win a Kentucky Derby. Could it be this year? It will be soon, though, I do believe. Well, let's head down to Florida. This is the Ghost Sapper. It's a Grade 3 race, a mile and 16 for older horses, $150,000. Some familiar faces in here.
Yeah, keep an eye on the 3 here. Il Miraculo, who was the Smarty Jones winner last year, ran 3rd in the PA Derby's number 3 with Johnny V for Antonio Sano coming up, and he's just going to get up at the end to win by a neck. So it's always nice to see those Smarty Jones graduates continue to win.
Yeah, a lot of credit to this horse. He was in tight, and I was down in Florida. Antonio Sano's horses look unbelievable. So if you see him in Gulfstream, put some money on him. You will not lose.
I like it.
Well, let's go back to Parx. This is the PTHA Trophy race. This is Tuesday's 6th race. 3-year-old fillies trying to break their maiden. They are in for a tag going 6 furlongs. And my little red, boy, does she love the slop.
Indeed she does. 18-1, first-time starter for Danny V, the 4 horse coming down the outside. For some unknown reason, the 3 Save the Mischief was 1-9 for Jamie Ness. Finishes off the board. The 2 Go Chloe Go at 30-1 up the rail for second.
Yeah, unusual finish, and my little red, you had to think her pedigree being by English Channel helped her here. Here's more with the winning trainer. Well, my little red takes the trophy race. You have to think her breeding, English Channel, really helped with the off track today.
I mean, we were almost going to scratch, and I talked to Lenny this morning. I said, listen, she's doing really well over the off track in the morning. I trained on it, and she seemed like she really liked it. And he said, go ahead and run her. Good luck to the new connections. They got a nice little horse.
All right, it's time for Eye on Racing. A big day in horse racing and a big day for some filly horses. Let's start with Keeneland is open.
Yeah, the Bluegrass. We got Sierra Leone, the Risen Star winner, and Dornoch, the Fountain of Youth winner. Remember, they were 1-2 in the Remsen, and our man Bruce Cassell is going to be down there talking to Jason Worth, who's one of the co-owners of Dornoch. Santa Anita Derby, Strongholder won the won the race at Sunland Park, and Imagination for Bob Baffert, who won the San Felipe. We've already talked about the Wood Memorial, but in addition to that, up in New York today, in the Gazelle, Carmelina for Butch Reed, and in the Bayshore, Maximus Meridius for Butch Reed, and also possibly Yo-Yo Candy for Danny V is going to enter and then take a look.
Huge day in horse racing. The Kentucky Derby will take shape after this Saturday, that is for sure. Some of the final points races are going to be today, and hopefully our Parx horses bring it home.
It'd be very nice to see a Parx horse in the starting gate in the Derby on the first Saturday in May.
Certainly would. Well, it's time for our final break, but don't go anywhere. Craig Donnelly is going to be back with us, and Dick and I are going to try to make you some money. We had the exacta last week. Maybe we'll do it again. Stick around.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. This is Parx Picks, where Dick and I are going to try to make you some money. We're going to take a look forward to Monday's 9th race. This is April 8th, and it's a starter optional claiming. A mile and 70 yards is the distance. I'm going to go with a horse, number 3, Yes Sir Colonel. This horse is a racehorse, but he usually runs short, but he's a closer. I see they're thinking they're stretching him out. This horse has a huge stride. He could run all day. Dexter Haddock stays aboard. I like that, and Dexter's a great, strong closing rider.
Well, there you go. So it's either going to be a 3-2 or a 2-3. I like Kingsville, the 2. Angel Castillo in really good form right now, and we gave you the exacta last week. Maybe we can do it again.
I think we can. Let's see what Craig Donnelly has for you. Here's more with Craig.
Thank you, guys. Our pick for Monday is going to be the veteran in the 9th race, number 3, Yes Sir Colonel. This horse with $250,000 in earnings and 10 career victories has been exceptional in his 2 starts this season. He drops far back early, makes an impressive accelerated run through the stretch. I believe he'll do it again. There's enough speed in the race to set up his closing kick, and I think he will gain his 11th victory in the 9th race.
All right, I like our chances here with our picks and Craig's. You know, it's just a huge day in horse racing, big day for our Philadelphia trainers.
Yeah, there's no question, Danny. It's so big that I'm going to make my first appearance at Aqueduct since I don't really know when. It might be like the 1986 Breeders' Cup. Is that possible? The last time I was there, I've been there. I just haven't been to the races. I've been to the backstretch, but can't wait to see the Reed contingent and all of our other trainers up at Aqueduct today. See how Parx does up at Aqueduct, up at Parx North. That's what I'm calling Aqueduct.
I like that. We're going to have Chris Griffin doing the calls. You and I will be hanging. Hopefully we'll be betting some races and making some money. Well, if you can't get up to Aqueduct to root on our Parx horses, come here. We are racing at Parx Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Post time is 12:40. What a great show. Thanks for watching us. We'll catch you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby.